another week with your crew with Vybe Vybe. So you be watching the most authentic podcast, gang.
Gang.
What's going on, people?
Hello,
Happy
hello.
Halloween. She said, wah, ah, ah. So, again, we're back. It's a Thursday. We got the replacement for Chanel, LaMarcus.
Very comfortable, Chanel.
Right?
You know, I guess it is. At this point, he volunteers
Right?
himself.
He
on the
was just
fucking
like,
top.
hey, you want to mic me up? Pretty much. He's like, you want to mic me up?
It's all good.
So, Chanel's not here.
No, she took Living Legend.
Yeah,
Trick-or-treating.
baby legend.
He was Tigger, I think. Was he Tigger or
Yeah.
Tiger?
I think so.
Yeah.
I still can't believe he's.
He got one fast.
I know, right?
He
He
won,
out
right?
walking.
Yeah, he got there fast, man. It's been
Right.
That's a quick 365, man.
And this year's almost over.
Yeah, I'm ready for
About
it.
to be 2020,
Hey.
Goodbye 2019.
right?
Right. A lot of L's, a lot of dubs, but we're going to get through
Hey,
this
we're going to
thing.
keep it pushing.
Yeah.
We're going to keep pushing. So, in the spirit of Chanel, we're going to have one What's Vibing.
Absolutely. Let's go.
We don't got the theme music, but, you
One
know,
day, one day.
it's going to happen. This is for Chanel.
Right?
For Chanel.
Nah, John Witherspoon died this week, so I feel like he was like one of those really impactful guys. So that kind of meant a lot to me. And it was like just seeing everybody share him. It was like nothing but classic moments. Nobody had nothing bad to say. The media didn't have nothing negative to say about him.
Right?
Like no type of conspiracy, no nothing, and it's rare. And I just felt like, now my show ain't gonna be the same. I don't know what they're gonna do with the Boondocks, but they might still air it because I know they did start recording again, but
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do. I really think it would be dope if they did, like, he actually died in a sense, and then the show kept going, because it's really revolved around them too.
It is. It is.
So I'm
But
pretty
it's
sure
not
you
going to be
can.
the same with that granddad.
They'll have moments.
Granddad.
They'll be dope. They'll figure it out,
Ooh,
man. They got the original writer back, so everything
Yeah.
will fall in place.
Because I'll be honest, the fourth season really was not that good. I don't know if anyone else really watched the
It was
fourth
the season.
season.
The main guy that wrote the shit
Yeah,
was
he
gone.
left.
Once he left, it was like, what the fuck is this? So it'd be like that sometimes. That's one, and then this week, I'm not sure the day. Emmett Till's birthday was this week, if I'm not mistaken. Was it yesterday?
That's it.
And that's kind of like what I played off of when I decided to pick this topic for the night. In a sense, it kind of relates how, as usual, as the night go on, you'll start understanding and seeing how everything unfolds. So, just to remember that, something that he didn't do, and, the lady decided, like, on her deathbed to be like, oh, it was a lie, which they already knew that. So, yeah.
That's crazy.
Everybody has their, particular opinion about it or how they feel, which I respect. It's not a big deal. But, with that being said, it's kind of like goes into tonight's topics with the mask off thing. And for those that are watching now, if you got a chance, I think it's a 15-second delay. So you guys do me a favor, and the question I'm about to ask or whatnot, you guys go ahead and drop it in the comments. So what I had the audience and myself and good friend
Magic
Mike. Everyone wrote down their biggest flaw that they feel about themselves. So tonight is really about taking off that mask of basically saying, you don't have to hide behind your flaw. Like your flaw is kind of what makes you who you are in a sense. So we have to learn to take that negative thing and turn it into a positive. So again, for the people that are not here, just drop whatever you feel like is one of your biggest flaws, and everyone's gonna bounce around the room and tell why. So as we're talking, we'll end up catching y'all. Misha probably will catch it, and then we'll go from there. So I guess, as usual, let Marcus start off with his biggest flaw, and let's rock out.
Why you do me like that?
You ready?
Well, honestly, to me, my biggest flaw is me being an overthinker. I tend to think of every variable and outcome of a situation before I even try to tackle it, and sometimes that can get so overwhelming to where I'm not even in the moment no more.
So why do you feel like that's a flaw?
Because, like I'm doing it now. Sometimes I don't feel like I'm in the moment. Instead of just handling the situation there, I'm too busy thinking about it, how it can go, and usually end up more thinking towards the negative over the positive.
So I wouldn't. Well, why use the word overthinker? I think it's more if Toy might have a better response than I do because she kind of relates. Yeah. But
I'm an overthinker.
Yeah, but I feel like the word overthinking, I don't feel like that's the word to use because at this point it's like you're prepping. Like it's what is the word that I'm looking for? Strategic. Instead of saying you're overthinking, you're strategic. The reason why I say that is you're just trying to make sure you're covering every aspect of whatever the situation is. So when you say you never get to live in the moment, most of the times you don't realize you're already living in the moment. So why are you thinking about it? You're in the moment right now. What are you thinking about?
That's
right. I think a lot of it, though.
Like,
I think a lot of it is more of people are thinking about more thinking about stuff from the past. A lot of just thinking about stuff that had happened in the past, and then us also thinking about what's going to happen in the future. Like sometimes we overthink.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like.
I know I do.
Me personally, I enjoy people like that because what it does, it helps you. It widens the horizon for you in a sense to where a person that's like, what if this happened? What if this happened? What if this happened? And me, I'm such a fuck it, let's do it. Whatever the consequence is, I'm cool with it. Like, that's how I am. I'm like,
10%.
yeah, I'm good on it. Like, it's.
I can't do that. I like stability. So I always try,
But at least you acknowledge it. You're like, look, this is something, okay.
Yeah, so now, with that being said, if anybody want to add to that, don't call yourself an overthinker. Just say you like to be prepared. You're a planner.
That's what I always say. I'm a planner.
So I think back to what Cece said, you kind of have issues with engaging until you drink it. But
hey,
completely different person.
Yeah, because I'm like, I ain't gonna
take a sip, breathe.
Take a little side joke real quick. We were somewhere. I'm not gonna say where. Just this random night we drinking. My buddy was like, "Hey man, I'm finna put the TV up. I'm gonna do this." I'm like, "This is not even your house. What are you doing?
Oh, wow.
Why are you helping him put the TV up? This is not even your job."
He ended up doing it.
Yeah.
That's what's funny.
By himself. He went from helping it to doing it by himself, and I'm sitting in the chair like,
you got
drinking
this,
my
dog.
beer like,
you got this, dog.
Nah,
you got this.
On the cool, that's another issue.
What?
That's another thing I feel like is one of my.
You don't know how to not help?
I'm noticing fine.
I'm the same way though.
I'm always.
But there's nothing wrong with
that.
That I really feel like that's not a flaw. It's not enough of us. What I mean by that is, I'm serious when I say it's not enough of us when you really think about that. I'll stop randomly if I'm driving, man. I think I did it maybe 2 weeks ago. Driving, I'm on the phone just talking, man. I see this lady just stranded or whatever. On the phone the whole time, I just pull over, stop. Lady needed boost the car. I'm on the phone still talking. Got back in my car and kept going. Like it never happened. I feel like it's not enough of us.
It's not.
I think
Where's my mic at?
I think the flaw comes into where
mic?
people
Okay.
usually take advantage of those.
But that's okay. We can get into
To a
that.
certain extent, right?
No, let's take. I'm glad you
I
said
agree
that.
with you. It's boundaries.
It can be, but then let's look at it like this: are people taking advantage of you, or are you really just allowing it?
It's both.
It's not, nobody's, you can't say somebody's taking advantage of you if you're allowing it. I'm a living example of it. If somebody, I'm letting we can say letting that person talk to you reckless. I'm well aware that you're doing it, but I'm not doing anything about it. You no longer have that excuse to say, oh, well, it's this. No, you allowed it. So that's nobody's fault but yours.
And when someone tries, go ahead.
I would agree, except when it comes to like safety situations, like flipping it on not trying to pay a sexist side, but a female side. I used to be the same person. So like, I see a elder person or someone walking, or they look like they need help, I would be quick to pull over. But until my mother was like, "Hey, you never know what someone could be per se faking," and then they pull out a knife on you, and now you're a hostage. And what can I do? So in that situation, when it comes to your safety.
Yeah, that's different. I mean, be fine.
I think that's a lot of the reason why people don't like to help
anymore.
because nowadays everybody's crazy.
Yeah, I had to not help. Like, that was such a hard thing for me.
What was it? They caught a couple years ago some of the guys that was faking to be like they was homeless.
Yeah.
Driving off $1 million cars after they.
Oh, that happens all the time.
Exactly.
That happens all the time.
We can play that. I'm ready.
Right?
Well, I was. I don't have no. I have to be
I like what Mike said. Shout out to Mike. I overthink / prepare for a lot of things too. So,
but again, I don't feel like that's a flaw. I feel like that's a great thing.
Because in a way, you don't live with the process in your mind. Like when I feel like they can hear me well. But when you're an overthinker, it literally, I tell you all the time, it triggers anxiety because you literally sit, and in a way, it wakes up fear. Because then now you start looking at what's the worst things that could possibly happen. Right. And you kind of start to bring those things on yourself, and you stop and you limit yourself in so many ways from doing things that really is not even that bad. Like, I could give a lot of examples, but anywho, it's like you get so caught up in trying to prepare for things that, like, the perfect thing was over-preparing. Then you over-prepare and you prepare for things that don't even happen. But in your mind, before you even opened that door, started that process, you already told yourself this was going to happen this way. And then when you finally do it, it's kind of like, dang, it really wasn't even that bad. Right. And so I know for me, like, one of my things recently I work on being present in the moments. Like, stop trying to figure out what could happen. Stop trying to analyze everything and just be in this moment and enjoy it. So then I shut my brain off to stop trying to, like, control everything around me because in my mind, it's supposed to go this way instead of just allowing it to be what it is. So it doesn't... In theory, it doesn't seem like a bad thing, but when you do it and you notice that your mind continuously processes stuff like that, it's very limiting. That's the best way to put it.
So, pointer, and then we'll go to CC with hers.
Couch first?
No. Back and forth.
Back and forth.
I got this. Let me help you. This is how you think for over planners. Tomorrow never comes.
Oh shit, I'm living into
it never comes. You do realize that tomorrow never comes. It's forever. It's like, oh, I'll see you tomorrow, but tomorrow's today. So when do you ever see tomorrow? If it's always today.
Time doesn't exist.
It's very true.
Miss Cece, what do you feel like is a flaw for you?
I'm talking to I have a lot of flaws, per se, I would think. But one of my biggest ones that I combat with... Shut up. That one, I'm not picking that one. I'm going to be very, very transparent.
You gotta be patient with them.
Yeah,
we're working on that too.
Patience was right there, but no. I am a procrastinator in some ways, and I think it's due to shut it.
I didn't say
it is a tie between per se emotions and time management skills for me. When it comes to something I really, really, really like can get done, I get it done. But when it's something that's just like, so for instance, if someone's dependent on me, I can get it done. But if it's just something per se for me, and that's something I really don't want to do, it's really, really hard for me to get my ass up.
You just said a key word. It's not that you're procrastinating. It's either you want to do it or you don't.
That's why I believe there's no such thing as lazy people.
It's not. It's not. It's no such thing as a lazy person. If I don't want to fucking do it, I don't want to do it.
Right.
It's not a priority to me.
Yeah.
So it's not
So
procrastination.
that's the thing. You just
Right.
prioritize.
You choose what is
you're
important
not
to
procrastinating. You
you.
prioritize.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we could take Ames Parker for example. I probably, I probably like bullshit out of the two of us more. She's more of the let's get it done, let's get it done, let's get it done. I'm more of the
Facts.
I'm more of the like I'll be sitting back and I could be at work or I could be like just getting up or shit hit me. I'll be like, yo, man, remember you said this a month ago? Blah, 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 blah. And now she got anxiety, whatever. But she's like, you can't flood me with everything. But my thing is like, it's not that. It's just one of those things. And when things like that come up, I'm like, it's not really a high priority for me. So
I think that also plays into the creative process.
right.
Yeah. Like sometimes it's just not inspired at that moment.
But
because other people are, it doesn't mean that
But creative people, quote unquote, bullshit.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it's one of those things. Your mind, we do this so much. Like it's nothing to make a decision for us. And when we make the decision, that's it. It's no conversation. So are you really a procrastinator?
Nice.
That's why I usually like
Must
to
be
multitask
nice.
when I do certain
There's no such thing as multitasking.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
No,
Let
it
me
really
ask you.
isn't.
I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna tell you something right now.
No, it's
Hold
not.
on. You saying it is? So when you driving and texting, you looking at the road at the same time. There's no such thing as multitasking.
You gotta hold
You're
it back.
definitely.
You're losing focus on one thing, not as much.
There's no
It's
such
not
thing. You can't
there really-
multitask.
Yes, you can.
No.
How?
Because your brain is able to process multiple different things at the same
No.
time. Yes, it is.
You're still
Right now,
getting
you-
the word
Are you
done
telling
the
yourself
same
to breathe
amount
right
of
now?
time. You're not doing it at the same
That's not
time.
the same. When it
How
comes
is it
to
not the same?
multitasking, it comes to what you're putting your focus into. That's two different things.
Breathing is
Your
natural,
brain
bro. You
is-
can't.
Exactly. And your brain automatically
Really, dude?
subconsciously processes things. When it comes to multitasking, that's me saying that I'm consciously making an effort to focus on something. There's a difference in your subconscious mind and your conscious mind. So going to the example of texting and driving, I tell them all the time I can't text and drive because I'm gonna focus more on the text message than the road. Like
And that's
I
why
used to
wrecks
classify
happen.
myself as a great multitasker. But it's not true because you're going to give one thing more focus than you give the other one. So no, it's just you try.
I'm not
to
saying
do
it's going.
You may
Oh, you know
think
what?
in your mind, you may think you're
I'm not saying it's gonna be
multitasking.
I'm gonna have a
Equal.
Chanel moment. You can multitask during sex. Yes. Just saying. That's on you, Chanel.
Shout out to Chanel.
Got you, sis. Got you, sis.
Boom. That was a good one.
She ain't present.
I'm just saying, man, you can stroke, kiss, grab, hug, squeeze, bite. You can do all these things at once. You can multitask then.
But there's some flag because you get the kissing in it. Never mind.
Out of my league.
Medic.
On to the next.
Yeah, on to the next one. Mish. Let's go.
Mine for me is my self-confidence. I don't have self-confidence in a lot of times in myself.
That's interesting.
I don't. And it's weird because it's no matter how many different things that I've done or that I do, it's still for me. I guess I'm still wanting other people to be like, you did a good job, instead of me being like, you know what, you did this.
But we grew up in an era where red marks happen on our tests, no?
Yeah, they did.
Just think about it. We didn't grow up in the era where, hey, come just fix your test. My circle was wrong. We grew up in an era where red means you fucked up.
But if
So
you've never been if you like some certain things, when you're a child, like that you learn, if there's certain things that you never really learn how
Like what?
to be self-confident in yourself instead of relying on other people. Opinions.
So I have a question.
Does that make sense?
I have
Am
a
I making
question.
sense?
We both was like,
No, I want to make sure it makes sense.
You making
It
sense.
makes perfect sense.
But the thing is, what if your love language is just affirmations or positive reinforcements? So therefore, it's not that you don't have confidence. You've just been triggered to feed off the praise and approval, and you based your confidence off of that. So therefore, now the way to flip it is you have to find ways to give yourself positive reinforcement and affirmations of those things. Because then now, when it comes to self, if you don't teach yourself that talk, then you don't know how to receive it.
Right.
Because somebody can tell you all day, oh, you're so pretty. Oh, I tell you all the time, your skin is beautiful. But if you haven't consciously made the effort to tell yourself that and give yourself that positive reinforcement, then it really doesn't click or register when anyone else says it.
Yeah.
So,
and that's something that I'm right now, like I'm working on, is that, like, to be self-confident in, like, myself.
Why not do this? Write, let's say 3. Just write 3 little notes, right? But go put them in different areas. Well, do 10. I know you got a little issues with,
honestly,
like, OC, you know, like you be making sure, and I throw it anywhere. Just put 10 different things in your house. No, listen, and do sticky notes. And what happens is when you run across it, just give yourself some type of, hey, you're smart. Hey, you're beautiful. Hey, you this, you that.
Not even just
No,
that.
I mean, I have stuff that, but it doesn't necessarily, I have little stickies, but it doesn't say anything about, like, me per se. It just says,
That's
this
what-
too shall,
make sure
yeah,
it's
this
you.
too shall pass. Tomorrow's another day.
Like
that
her,
kind of
I
thing.
have her set up for it to be like an alarm system to come up to read the affirmations.
I like that.
You can do
Make
that.
it your screensaver.
Make it
Yeah.
the
You
screensaver.
wake up and you turn on your phone and you see it every morning. That's what I have to do.
But I'm curious, I have a question though. You have a problem with
3 times a day.
self-confidence, but you boldly sit up here every Thursday, confidently.
No. I'm honestly,
You
I'm
don't?
scared almost every single time
How or why?
because I'm afraid, like, I'm gonna say something stupid. I'm afraid I'm not gonna make sense, and I've said that before.
Right.
So, nah, I'm scared every single time. I'll tell people, I'm like, shoot, I'm nervous.
I'm just
Like-
curious because I've seen you in this year. I've seen you actually. This couple episodes, you got your little sexy on. You know, you just show some skin sometimes. And there's some episodes where, you know, you got extremely personal. There's some episodes you respond, like you still get up here every Thursday and do things that some of us can't do. You're boldly getting up here every Thursday confidently. You might not feel like you're confident, but the crazy thing is how you not confident yet you still sit every Thursday. And you rock out every Thursday. How?
Every Thursday.
Oh, she said. I guess it's just
You letting your-
some days, like, especially with depression, some days you're like, you know what, I feel good today. Some days it's like, nah, I'm not feeling that. Like, I
Right.
just don't feel that
And depression's a
self-confidence.
motherfucker.
Yes, it is. It is.
That is like
And that's
the
what I'm
devil's
doing,
son
going
or
through
something.
counseling
that
right
shit
now.
is serious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going through counseling because.
Come November 1st, I'm officially checked in.
And I do
Congratulations.
suggest. That's
be right there
awesome.
behind you.
I suggest everybody get counseling. Like,
I
don't
think
try
when
and
you go
do.
through, yeah.
Don't try and do it yourself, because that's another thing.
No.
You gonna
Don't-
PA
I'm
for-
a piggyback off that, and
We'll
I
talk
sit up
about
here every
PA.
Thursday with the
this
highest
morning.
confidence. I come off like, oh, I got it. I don't feel like I come off that way, but you motherfuckers feel like I come off. I don't got it figured
We've
out.
had conversations about this.
But I don't have it figured out. I really don't. I don't. I just survive my situations and I talk about
I
it.
think it's the way you have your reinsurance that have them perceiving as that.
But that's fine. But without, it's almost like this, and it's just no shade to anybody that's been there for me. It still takes me to get out that hole. It doesn't matter if I got 9 people, 10 people trying to dig me out.
Right.
I have to still have that willpower to reach for a Kadra hand, a Toy hand, a Marcus hand, or a CC hand, or your hand. I still have to have that will to get myself out of there.
Right.
Honestly, you remember this dates back to one of the conversations me and you had before, the thing about the self-confidence versus egoism.
Yeah. Oh man, that was a deep one, bro. They not ready for that. I'm telling y'all now, we getting to that. The audience gonna be like, what are they talking about? It's not science. It's like, nah. That's deep. Like, but no, it's really like
And there
that.
is a line between that. There's a line.
But it is, and it's a
There's a
fine line
line.
between all of these things. And
We'll have to do a show on
yeah,
that. Oh,
no,
we'll have to
trust
do-
me. We got some.
I think it's coming.
We got some shit cooking. Oh my goodness.
Right?
Yes.
We ready.
When it's basketball season. Nah, but that's really what it is, man. I mean, self-confidence or insecurities, whatever you want to call it. As far as it being self-confidence, you have to remind yourself that the accomplishments that you have. That's really how I'm able to even rock out like I do. I look at all the things that I've done, and it's like, dude, you got this. Like, what are you doing? And when I get like that, or I tell people, shit, I'm Dale P. Or you hear me talk like that, or I be like, man, I'm King Dale. People feel bothered by it, but you have to understand this is how I feel about myself. I feel like I'm a king. So that's why I'm going to carry myself.
Right.
You don't have to call me that. You don't have to treat me like one.
But you know.
But I know what I am. I know my value. I know my worth. I know where I stand. I know what I feel. So when you start getting into that, you have to understand that's like jokingly. That's some Dragon Ball Z shit.
That's
like,
slowly that's what I'm trying to work on is.
But you're not gonna. Let me say this. I didn't get this shit done yesterday, man. I need people really to realize I didn't get this bold, this confident, this fearless, this reckless, whatever words you want to use yesterday. I worked on this shit. I sit there and sit in my room and ball up. I shut myself down, or I go for it. It's shit that I do that people don't even know that I go do. You know what I'm saying? It's just wild shit. Like, it's times that I remember, like, I think my kids was maybe 5 and 4 or whatever, and at the time I was going through shit or whatever with their mother. I was still like in the middle of the night, like I'll probably go out or something, I would still go to my mom's house, go kiss my mother, her, and my 2 kids, and then go back home. I would still go home. At that point, my presence is still there. Regardless of the pain that I'm feeling, I have to still go on and do what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? So that, at that moment, nobody was there for me. Nobody helped me figure that moment out where I'm separated from my kids and I got to figure that shit out. Well, how do you still teach your kids this? How do you show your kids this? Or whatever. Or how do you show a person that? I built that. You know what I mean? Like, it's things that I do, like, behind closed doors. Like I said, I don't talk to everybody about. But in a sense, like, you have to, in this world we live in, you got to be fearless. As a black man, it sucks, but on some G shit, I say it every time. Tori getting on my ass, my mama get on my ass, my mama get on my ass, my baby mamas get on my ass. I'm not afraid to fucking die, dude. I'm not.
You shouldn't. It's a part of life.
But I'm not. But it's one of these things, like, I'm not. We lived in this world, I've been here 33 years, right? We've seen so many black people do so many different things, no matter what.
Man make water out the air.
Like, my thing that I just can't fucking fathom is the simple fact that do what you need to do, get what you need to get done before you go. Value your purpose.
Right.
Handle your business. That's where I'm at now in my life. I'm 33. I'm handling my business. I'm going to do what I got to do. So whatever happens, happens to me. But I need to make sure while I'm here, I'm making a stamp. I'm making moves. I'm getting people in a position they need to be because I feel like that's my purpose.
But you've also already have your legacy here is your children. Your children are too your legacy. So them seeing how you are, they're going to be like, you know what? I'm going to do this from my dad. Like,
Yeah,
I'm going to.
You become an inspiration, which is like one of my ultimate goals. But Kaja is next. She walking back and forth. What is your? Yeah, we know you flawless camera lady. My favorite photographer.
Yeah.
Kaja Nicole, if you want some pictures taken.
Shout out to Kaja.
We do all the pictures for Ames Parker.
Hey.
I don't even know if y'all can see me.
When it turns red, yep.
What?
It's red.
Oh, okay. My flaw is, I got a lot of flaws actually. Insecurity was one. Opening up to people.
Really?
Actually.
It's not a flaw.
When you need to open up to people, it is.
Okay, let's use this. I open people. And not emotions. I open up to people. Because I know people that know me will be like, you're not. So let me clear this up. You're just careful with how you give out your energy.
Right.
That's really what it is.
That is true.
More
have to be.
honestly, to me,
Everybody's
more
not
people
worth it.
need to be a little bit more like that because sometimes people are too trusting and telling people everything.
I don't trust people at all.
No,
And
no.
not a whole
Yeah.
life story.
But there's a lot of people that
At
are
the
like
first
that.
day.
They tell people everything. They open up to everybody
Right.
instead of you gotta sometimes guard yourself. So
That's
I don't
true.
see that as I don't see it as a flaw.
I used to think that.
The last one is self-doubt. Y'all may not think it, but like when I do work and stuff, I be like, I don't know if it's good or not. Like I seek approval.
She knows the word.
Yeah, we're all like that though.
Self-doubt ain't
In
it.
a way.
Same way. I've been like that with my artwork for years.
There's not a creative person in this world that's ever going to be perfect with anything.
We are
You are.
we literally our worst critics.
Thursday,
We are our
they be like-
worst
Thursday, they be
critic.
like, man, was the show great? I'll be sitting there like, y'all really want my answer? Like,
Right,
y'all
yeah.
don't want my answer. Because I critique everything. Like, Tori will tell you that we'll work on something or we'll get a client or something and I'll come back to it. I'm like, man, I don't like the way that client was. She's like, why? I was like, man, look, this. And then she like,
Nah, you was like that.
I'm like, I just don't.
But for you, it's that attention to detail. There's certain things that you notice.
Well, you have to, but at that point, it's like, it's not really, if you turn it into self-doubt, then I would just say, self-doubt is more of a confident thing. It's not, I'd rather her say she's not confident in her work.
I'm not confident in my work.
But
So
the-
you
but-
mean you have the same self?
Sometimes
that
I'm
you're
Let me ask you
self-confident.
something. Let me ask you something. You've been doing pictures.
Myself too.
You've been doing pictures for AP how long?
Couple months.
But you realize you take well over 100 and some photos every week.
You take bomb photos,
But
girl.
listen to this.
y'all.
It's
It
four.
freezes
It's
every time I
it's
say
but it's
something.
4 weeks.
I'm about to fight her.
It's 4 weeks in a month, right?
No.
Yeah.
Most months. You take 100 and something pictures
Oh, that's me.
Per day.
per Thursday. That's 400 and something pictures. You can't tell me you don't feel like you're from where you started, you're amazing.
Right?
Oh, thank
You know how
I
many
don't even
people-
like nobody.
Right?
When I go do interviews and other
But
shit, I be
still,
like, yo,
I
I
mean,
want
y'all
Kaja. Like, I don't.
Right.
Tori be like, I'm telling you, I want Kaja at my hip most of the time.
The
Right.
fact that you couldn't tell our pictures apart.
That's crazy.
She couldn't. She was just like, wait, I took those. I was like, no, those are mine.
So,
Put your watermark on.
What I would
Like-
suggest, go ahead. Yeah.
Wow.
But the thing is, everybody else can tell you that you take awesome pictures, but you got to be the one to be like, you know what? I do take it. Everybody can tell you what to
This
do.
is what I would suggest in that. Don't put yourself out there until you build up your confidence in that.
Because you're going to
Like,
get
I look
criticized.
at myself with graphic.
Oh yeah.
Like, I love doing graphic design. Like, they'll tell you, I will sit at Photoshop all day. That's my thing.
That's
I
called
love
fun
it.
time for me.
But
It
when
is,
comes
because
down
she'll
to,
send it
like,
to me.
the process of doing that for a client,
Critique
I
time.
had to build up my confidence in knowing
Right.
that my skill set was able to give them what they were requiring before I
Right.
put a price on it. So I did a lot
I
of free
got
work
you.
for a long time to build myself up to the point to where now, no, you're gonna pay for my flight.
Right.
And I know
And
that I'm confident in where my skills have gotten
That's my
to
fault.
where I can offer them. Shut up.
It is.
That's like
No,
me.
I'm the
That's like
same
me
way.
when
I'm
I
just-
do my embroidering. Like I'm critical of a lot of stuff, and I'll sometimes take things apart because I'm like, oh no, I don't like that stitch. Wait a minute, nah, because I want to make it perfect for the person, and that's the same way.
It's just
I've been
one-
perfecting my art style since I met him way back in Art Institute. I
Still
just
don't like it.
now, just now started selling my art within like the last 2 years, and actually taking clients in within the last year.
No,
of
I don't
actually
like
doing
it.
You don't get it.
No, I get it. Put it out.
But I tell he asked me.
This
like,
dude
do you
got-
think how much I charge
Marcus
you? I
has
said, that's
well
your work.
over 1,000 art pieces.
Give or take.
1,000. Not even
Give or
including the
take.
sketchbooks he done lost.
Man, I'm mad about those.
You gotta understand, me and Marcus went to college together. It's been times we've even. Then we did we work on something? We worked
Yeah,
on
we
something
worked on a
together. Matter of fact, for my sister's was it a baby shower?
I think so.
Whatever it was, we literally got a banner, right? It was just a white sheet of paper. And when I said we went to work on it, it was for Tahiri, my niece Tahiri's baby shower. Me and him designed an entire banner. Had like the teacups, her name. And I mean, like, while we in college, like, we doing homework, and then we'll, hey, roll that bitch back out. He on this side of the paper, I'm on this side of the paper, we pick it up, I don't like it either. And we'll get back, like, it took a minute, man, and I mean, it turned out amazing, honestly, it did.
Well, it was like 3 days, I think.
Yeah.
We worked on that.
We did it in 2 or 3 days. That's not easy. That's not. And for us to, like, that was our first time working together. So the way, he's more of he's an artist. Mm-hmm. I'm a designer. That's two different things. I need people to understand that's not the same.
Very different.
I'm able to come in and basically I can build you a room. But without him, there would be no room because he has to put that room together. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know, that's a funny thing. I actually forgot we did that. That was dope. I don't have no pictures of it, but damn. I don't. I'm trying to think if I do, but nah, that was a dope ass thing. But Mike, did you have one or you put it in the comments?
You put it in the comments.
Oh, I basically just replied with
The overthinking of.
Did anybody else?
Somebody said, Candy Red said that she gives people too many chances.
We all do.
Yeah, we
I
all
agree
do.
with that.
But you're supposed to.
I struggle with that.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Sometimes it's that fool me once,
No,
fool me twice.
I hate that fucking saying.
Yeah.
You know why I hate it? That's a victim mentality. I promise you. Listen to that quote.
But then, and also don't give people a chance to grow because you're already Xing out them.
No, go ahead. Say that. What was the quote?
Fool me once, shame on you. No, fool me twice, shame on me. Basically, like,
fuck the peace sign.
okay, Jake.
No, I hate that. I fucking hate. I really do. Like I hate that saying because I feel like it's a victim mentality. Because you're using the thing as, oh, you fool me. No, again, it goes back to what I said earlier. You allowed it, so you wasn't fooled at all.
You just accepted their
A
bullshit.
lot of times, this is where the mask off comes from. We give the facades we think people want to accept of us. But if I come to you and I give you the real me, are you really ready to handle that? If I come to you and say, well, look, I got depression. I sometimes I have suicidal thoughts. You know, I have anxiety. Sometimes I just realize that I had it. And it's like, oh, well, you know, when I don't have my kids, I get separation anxiety. And if I come to you with all that shit, you don't want to talk to me? You get what I'm saying? So now we're going to, at that point, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, I'm coming to you and saying, oh, I'm Dale. No, I'm not Dale.
But I tell my friends that all the time when it comes to dating. I'm like, we do the whole, you try to be your best self up front, and then you wonder why 6 months
that's
later.
where the 90-day rule came from.
And that's why, like, even 3 to
Fuck
6
that
months
90
later,
day
you're a whole
rule,
different
too.
person. I'm
Exactly.
the type of person, you come to me, I'm up front with, like, look,
You
this
might
is
know.
me, this is what I want, and if you don't want that, don't talk to me.
So here it is again.
Like,
What is the purpose of a 90-day trial, 60-day trial? I'm going to tell you something.
It's the season.
In reality, bro, we change every fucking day.
We did.
But
If my mom fucking dies tomorrow, I'm not going to be the same Dale that I was before that, dog. I'm just not. That whoever that guy was, no longer. When shit happens to you, that you're no longer there. That's not you anymore. You're just somebody totally different.
Besides that, the 90-day rule is to see how you become more comfortable within that environment.
In this 90 days, you're giving 100%?
That's what they believe you think.
That's a yes or no question. In that 90 days, you truly giving 100%. You devoting 100% of your time, 100% of your care, 100% of your love, 100% of your understanding, your confirmation, your comprehension. I give you a list of shit.
no, because you don't even know if you like that person. Like,
Right? Exactly.
I don't know you. Like the
I
fuck.
don't even know if I like you at this point.
Right.
Everything you do irritates the hell out of me. You
So-
talk me too much. You talk too much. You still too long. Like, everything you do in 90
You're
days.
breathing hard.
Right.
You're breathing. Period.
Too loud. Shit.
I feel like
You're
stop
weird.
and taking
Like you have people get into relationships and be like, he just loves me too much. Excuse me?
dumbest
No,
shit
what
ever.
was it? They had on Judge Toller, this one woman for the divorce court.
Oh, that black
That's
lady.
color-
that-
yeah,
that-
divorce
that-
court.
talking about, he cooks for me.
Yes!
Everything.
The one was
I
like,
know that's a
I-
show.
yeah.
It's not real.
But
It's some people like that.
I'm just
no,
checking.
but
No,
but
but, you
it's an
know,
example
I hate
of
that.
it. People like, oh, well, he cooked so much and it made me gain weight, or he did this for me, and so like instead of appreciating what the other person was doing for them.
Well,
That's
I guess I'll be the last.
Mike gave his.
I seen it.
What's your flaw, sir?
Mike, I love you. I love you, Mike.
No.
And you are
What
too
Mike
nice
say?
at times. He says I'm too nice and let people take advantage of me at times.
I don't.
I'm a people
What
pleaser, I guess.
Yes, you go.
Yeah.
Of course you have to.
Yes, you go.
You said second to last.
Time crunch, 40 minutes.
So, I don't have one.
Bullshit. Let's start pointing out some shit.
Don't spoil Marcus. What's my flaws?
I'll just play.
Okay, yeah. I think it's time for us to go.
Yeah, you on your own, kid. Keep fucking telling
I ain't
y'all.
touching that one.
Leave that goddamn red nose pit bull alone, man.
Orange tonight. Okay, I'm gonna say it's a flaw currently, but it won't be for long because I'm actually working on this. So what I won't call it a flaw. I will call it what I'm working on. That's what I'll say. Is learning how
An
to
acknowledgement.
shut up when I'm angry.
Can you say that again for the people in the back?
Say that for the people in the back, in the way
I don't
back.
want to talk on this because there's no.
I don't want to say that I'm a hothead, but don't make that face. Okay.
Passionate.
Parker's face said that I was a hothead, so apparently I'm a hothead.
Or your BFF?
But my BFF watching too.
Okay.
But anywho,
What is nice outside?
I try to like just listen to people and I just kind of sit and I sit and I sit. But when I feel like that nerve is hit, I snap. And like one of my best friends always be like, please don't ever let Toy see red, cause like it's no coming back, and I have no stop. So at that point, when I see red, I'm trying to hurt you, like verbally. I won't necessarily say physically unless like that's the situation, cause I'm not really I'm a fighter, but I'm not at the same time. I'm not just out here looking for people to fight. But when it comes to my mouth and my words, I'm going to, like, at that point, I'm pulling no stops. Like, anything I know, it becomes a weapon at that point. And I don't like that about myself because in the same sense, I can't know that my purpose in life is to help people and to encourage people and to help people learn about themselves in a positive manner. But yet, when I tick, I use that against you. So, like, for me, that's why I said it's not necessarily that it's a flaw, but it's something that I'm working through, learning how it's not time for me to talk. I shared it today. It was crazy because I said it yesterday talking to somebody, and then today it was a status that was like, I need to learn how to hush when I'm angry. And I was like, oh, my God, I just said that yesterday. So just to give, I'm learning it's best to give myself time to process the actual emotion, then I can properly speak.
Right.
So.
Logic over emotion.
See, that only works when you shut up while you angry, so then you can accurately process the emotion.
Yeah, that's right.
The issue is when you're a hothead,
You don't think.
them
You don't do
emotions are
that.
taking over. Ain't no logic kicking in.
So, I mean,
I'm done.
I would say it's some practice.
yeah, it
Because
just
that's
takes
what
time.
helps. To practice and
Y'all saw what 2 weeks ago?
but leaving the situation, like literally taking yourself away and like going somewhere kind of quiet to breathe, for me it really helped. When I was younger, I used to have moments where I would get so angry, even though I was like really introverted, I get so angry to the point that I blacked out, and that's a bad thing. So what I had to do was learn to like remove myself from whatever heated situation, whatever ticked me off, whether it's a person, place, or thing. And, like, I don't know about you, but bathrooms seem to be my, like, woo-side place. I don't know, maybe because water's there. I'm a water sign. I like to hear water run. It's calming for me. And then I can just, catch my breath, breathe, and then come back. And then no one can bother you in the bathroom.
I try to tell people, like, when enough is enough. Like, at this point, like, something like, how you play back and forth with people and you kind of poke at each other?
Correct.
But then it comes down to, like, letting that person know, like, hey, I'm about to cross the line where I'm not going to play no more.
True.
So, like,
This is our boundary.
Like,
This is our
At the
boundary.
same token, with that being
But
said,
you can always
you
depend
gotta
on someone
learn.
else to know. Even
You
when
have
you
to
say
learn to say that. Like, you have to learn to tell people.
It is a good thing, but you
Right.
can't always expect someone to respect
Yeah, I
that.
do it all the time.
You can
I'm
tell
like,
them all
I
day.
don't fucking play like that. I tell you,
If
No,
they-
it's
like-
in my day.
I don't
That's
fucking
what
play
she
like that.
said. It takes that person
Person
to
to
be mature enough to
respect it.
that.
It's
Right.
been plenty of times where like
Because a lot of
you know,
people be
no
like, nah,
Or
we
don't
gonna
be
keep
so
talking about this.
sensitive, or-
Nah.
Exactly.
After that point,
So
I'm
that's
just gonna
when
let you
you
have
walk
it.
away.
At that point, you gotta start asking them, can you fight?
Oh.
I know my
Or
motto,
later.
I can fight though.
You want these hands?
It don't even matter.
You want these words?
You feel like dying today or tomorrow.
Right?
So
Just let me know.
Nah, I mean, I
You want,
think,
what kind of flowers
For
you
you,
want to see your
Toy, honestly-
hospital room?
I'll tell
Are
you
you gonna give me
this.
advice? I can sit on your sofa now. Let's go. Game.
gang.
Gang, gang.
Honestly. And in order to fix that, honestly, you just haven't been through enough situations so you can control it. So what's gonna happen is
It's gonna reoccur.
it's gonna keep reoccurring because at that point life is trying to tell you, okay, it's time for you to learn this lesson. So take it for what it is when it comes, and then you fix the issue when it presents itself. Right now, I've told you this before, it's not your mouth when you're angry, it's actually your mouth when you're calm. Pat yourself on your back, you manage to hit people.
That's your perception.
Maybe I'm just the most bolded one to say it. Sometimes you have to really think about that. Like, it doesn't, you're taking that when I tell you that as a negative. It's not. It's me telling you, you have to remind yourself, everybody doesn't have that confidence level, or everybody doesn't have the swag that you got. So you can't, why come out and be like, damn, I got a nice smile. I know that. What the fuck I need to talk about it for? Like, if you know what you do, what you talking about it for? The people around you already know. So what is the purpose of you saying it? Why say it out loud?
Sometimes it
Self-confidence.
helps. Like
It's a
it's
self-booster for
it's a
yourself
way to
sometimes.
help yourself. Like when you say stuff, sometimes when you say things out loud, it makes it more, for me, it makes it more real.
But then that goes back to what me and you was talking about. Even though you say you don't want to go too deep,
Yeah.
that egotism
But that's the way
that
that
people
people take it
perceive.
sometimes.
You fuckers.
I got it. For me,
Yeah.
that was the important thing, right?
There you go. Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah.
So since
Ding,
I'm
ding.
last, and at this point, might as well fucking, I think, after some fucking time, might as well go to an hour, right? Because it's the same time? I don't know. After the,
It does. It costs the same amount, huh?
yeah, after a certain thing, right? I don't remember.
Like,
It's gonna cost the same.
It's gonna cost the same regardless now.
yeah, it'll be.
Yeah,
well,
fuck
Anyway.
it. So, you got us for another 15 motherfucking minutes? Nah, mine would actually be, and I decided recently that this is something that I personally realize is a flaw in me that I never wanted to like accept until like I started going through, what's today? October 31st. This 61-day ass whooping. I'm no longer gonna be nonchalant and not say how I feel. So my flaw is not learning how to be emotional openly. Cause I'm emotional, but I won't tell you.
You want to express.
I won't express.
Gotcha.
So the nonchalant attitude is kind of like my mask. It's how I stop people from getting close to me, or I stop letting people know that I care about them. At this point, with the lesson that I've recently learned, like I have to start reminding people around me that, hey, I care. Cause I won't tell you. I won't. It's weird for me. I don't even know how to tell motherfuckers bye half the time. They be like, all right, we about to go. Peace out, I'm out. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, you see how I am. When
I
the
asked
show
him a
go off.
question. I asked him a question. He was like, why are you asking that? What's the question?
No, that's
Why-
not gonna change.
No, but
that ain't
the
gonna
way
change.
this.
It's going to get worse for y'all on that one anyway. 61 days shit, oh, trust me, buddy. Getting close to me is going to be hard as shit. But I don't mind talking, but it's for reasons. But
No,
back to the
I get it, but I'm
important
saying like sometimes it's like, well, why are you asking this question? Are you asking it because you care, or are you just asking it because you're trying to just get information?
Right. But I don't feel like that's that's just me making sure you're not trying to fuck me over.
That too.
That's really just where it is with me. Like I'm like if you're gonna be cool, then let's be cool. And what you give me is what I give you. But I don't mentally feel like I know I go hard in the paint. I don't expect Marcus to go as hard as I do. because he's not me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if whatever type shit that I do for Marcus probably looking at me like, "Oh, this dude is crazy. He did this." I'd be like, "What? Fuck, it's natural to me. Like, I don't care." Like, you know what I'm saying? But I just felt like at this point, it's hindering me, my growth. I feel like that's probably why I'm dealing with some of the shit that I'm dealing with, because of the nonchalant attitude, and it comes off as you're careless and you don't give a fuck. Sorry, Miss Haynes. But she really hate when I curse.
Shout out to Mama
And
Ames.
I told her, I mean, I've
Fight for
done
the
great
family.
since the show used to be. I sailor, but fuck this stuff. Nah, but no, I really feel like,
you fit right in.
Yeah.
You'd fit right in. You should hear half the stuff. Yeah, you fit in.
No, but I feel like that's a true flaw of mine. I get up here every Thursday and I preach to you guys about certain things that you guys should do and how to do it and where to do it and when to do it. And, you know, I sit back a lot of times and, you know, y'all gonna never get that personal side of me. You do, but you don't, in a sense. So, yeah, I'm done. And I'm cool with it.
Good.
I'm done with it. No claps. I don't need no advice here.
See?
No advice. None.
Oh.
Just know I care, and I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say, hey, I care about you. Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, I was wrong for that. Which I do, but it's really in an asshole way. It is. I would sincerely be like, well, I'm fucking sorry.
And get mad because it don't compute.
Right. I said I'm sorry. What more do you want?
Don't bring the mic over here.
We do not need a part two.
No.
Me and
we
Huddle
really
went to
don't.
war on camera before.
No, we don't need that.
Leave it where she at, man.
I just want to make a toast.
Wrap it up. We
Yeah,
done. Wrap it up.
No, in all seriousness, man, I really feel like, and it's more so
I'm going to delete it tonight.
No, don't do it.
as a male,
That's a good
man,
replay.
as a male, and as a growing man, because I don't really necessarily be like, oh, I'm a fucking man, because I feel like I'm not there yet. I'm a leader. So how can I keep doing what I'm doing every Thursday, growing as I grow, preach what I preach, and not be the example that the people around me are like, you are leader. We do, and it's not, I need people to understand when somebody says you're their leader doesn't mean
You're over them.
yeah, you're over them. It's just like,
You're a role model.
yeah, I don't like that damn word.
Okay.
You inspire me. Yeah. And I'm cool with that. I just feel like I have to own my shit. I do. I have to own my mistakes. I have to own things that I don't talk about. I have to own things that I should have said. I have to own that shit. I do. And it's more of a, not like a business asset, it's more of a personal, like shit with people that are really close to me. Cause it's like, damn, I'm really close to him, but I feel so fucking far away. So it's like, that's something that I'm done. The guard's gone.
Okay.
We're gonna have some fun now.
Okay.
We do. We're gonna have some fun. Now all of a sudden that I gotta talk to me, get fucking
scared.
quiet. Nobody wanna laugh. Nobody wanna fucking
No
talk.
advice.
Right? We're just like,
Advice on
Right?
what? Just watch. All I wanna do is tell you guys, watch the growth, man. Watch it.
That's all you can do.
Facts. Facts.
You have to. For me, I think it's you have to grow. Like you can't just stay stagnant. Like a lot of people, they try to stay stagnant. Like
Nah,
they
man.
can't.
You
Like
just can't emotionally. I think my examples, I hear him. He coming eventually. Oh, I know he's somewhere. He be having to make himself known when he know that camera on.
Right.
Where he at anyway? Smirk. Like he got a.
you wanna wrap this, bro?
Yeah, we have to kill it. Nah, but no, that's my biggest flaw, being nonchalant, man. And it sucks. Because let me tell you guys something. Being nonchalant, that's a lonely fucking world, man.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a lonely world. Because when it's time to explain how you feel, people do not fucking understand. Because you know why? Now they're so in tune with what you did to them that they can't register what they did to you. So
Facts.
that's probably the best thing y'all gonna get tonight. This is Vivid
Very
Vibe.
good.
Appreciate y'all. See y'all next Thursday.
Subscribe, like,
share.
everything.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
What?
Start playing mascots with the